Hey, Craig here. So my wife's been complaining to me about there being aluminum chips all over the floor in the house, so I decided I need to do something about containing the chips in here. I really want to do an enclosure for this, but it's really kind of a temporary setup on a wood table right now. I don't want to get into making an enclosure, so I've decided to go with a temporary shower enclosure. For this project, I'm going to be using a 1/2-inch bender, 2 shower curtains. Get one. I thought one was going to be enough, but I actually need 2. I'm going to hang the 1/2-inch. I'm going to use 1/2-inch EMT and bend it. If you don't have a bender, you can just use like 90 fittings at Home Depot. I got most of the stuff at Home Depot. I got these at Walmart. I'm going to use 1/2-inch pipe hanger from the electrical section, some 1/4-20 nuts, and these threaded rod hangers from the hardware department. It's a 1/4-20 thread and wood thread on the other end, and a drill, of course, to put those in. And, alright. Okay, so I started off by marking all the places where I'm going to put these anchors, threaded rod to wood adapters or anchors. One in the center of the middle here, 41 inches out, because that's how far the front edge of this is, a little further. 2 over there, about 6 inches back from that, and about 6 inches off the back there. Anyway, so I just have it chucked up on the drill here. I'm going to be careful not to let it slip and then mess up the threads. Trying to keep it straight up and down. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and put the rest of these in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put these hangers on here like this with a nut on each side and take the screw off and kind of pinch this together, so when I go to snap the conduit in, it just stays in up there. Then I can put the screw in later. Okay, I got all the clamps installed. Put 5 of them. I just need to bend the conduit. Okay, so for the first bend, I'm going to measure back 41, but then I'm going to deduct 2 inches because I don't want it to be right up against the wall, so it'll be 2 inches back from the wall. Then I'm going to deduct another 5 inches, which is the deduction for making a 90 bend on a 1/2-inch bender. Then I'm going to put that mark on this arrow right there, which is the stub marking. Go ahead and bend that to 90 degrees. I should have 39 exactly. Okay, now that I've got the first 90, I need to do a back-to-back bend, what's called a back-to-back bend, for the bend on the other side. So using a flat surface like a wall or a level or something flat, I'm going to measure 48. 48 is the distance between the 2 hangers, or the width inside. So I'm going to measure 48 and make a mark over here. Now I've added another 5/8 of an inch here because the measurements actually from the back to the back of the other side. I measured it to the center. So if you're measuring, make sure to measure from the hangers inside, from the back part to the other back part on the hangers. Or if you measure center, you can just add the difference, the extra amount. Okay, so the next step is going to be to use if you can see it, there's a star on there. I'm going to line that mark with the tip of the star right there on the bender, with the hook facing away from the other side. And I'm going to rotate this up because it's going to be a U shape. When you mark it, make sure to mark it far enough around. Usually you would use a pencil or something so you don't see this mark. But so I'm going to line up the mark with the tip of the star, like that. Make sure my back end is straight. Now this is 1/2 inch, so if you get a little, what's called a dog leg, if it's not like perfectly aligned, you can always tweak it a little bit. If you're doing larger conduit, you'd really want to make sure it's straight, but and just do the same thing. Just bend this back. That 1/2 inch is easy to play with. You can kind of tweak a little if it's not perfect. It looks like we got about 48 and 3/8 or something. It still needs to be tweaked a little bit, but close enough to go up there. It looks like this side may be a little shorter than the other side. Let's see what we got. 38, 39. Now it's like 3/4 of an inch shorter. So, alright, now I just need to put it up in there. Okay, now I just need to put it up. Start that by snapping this one in. Right. I just need to go ahead and put the screws in. Right. Okay, I'll go ahead and tighten them up off camera. There it is with the conduit installed. Not exactly, well, it's close enough to center it on the mill, I guess. But I didn't want to have to like put up 2x4s or anything. I just kind of put it where it was easy, and it should work there. So, right. Okay, well, not bad. Not bad at all. That one's a little short over there. I think this one's going to be a little long because of the way the curtain's working out. But I've got to go get another curtain for the other side. Okay, well, I guess that works. Not exactly the ideal situation here, but doable, I guess. Open and close it like that. But I think the chips are still going to fall down and fall onto the floor there. So what I think I'm going to have to do is put some kind of maybe a 1x6 or something, and just screw it along the edges there, and then cut this down, and then this will ride inside that 1x6. But not too bad. I won't get chips all over the place. Okay, well now I guess I can clean this place up, since I don't have any excuse for not cleaning it up. Chips have just kind of been getting everywhere here, and I clean up a little bit, but I knew chips were just going to get right back there 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, so I haven't really been thoroughly cleaning the place, so no more excuses for me. Okay, so I ended up putting in the wood trim to go around to keep all the chips in. Couldn't do it in the back. Well, I could with little cleats or something, but I'm just going to go with this. I cut the shower curtains to fit just inside, and so we'll see how this works out. I'm just hoping the chips don't like melt to the plastic. Otherwise, I may have to go with like a cloth shower curtain, and I won't be able to see in. But alright, I've got some parts I need to run loaded up on here, and I'm gonna see how it works out. Not too bad. Looks like the chips just kind of wipe off, so... Alright, well that worked out pretty good.